So what is going on? Welcome back to Mike's Basement. I am once again live with another stream, just as I promised, because I think certain things are going on here that needs to be addressed. Today, I'm also trying something completely new, and please tell me in the comments below what you think of it. I have enabled the air mode on the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. It should make my voice more present, perhaps even sound more like a radio host, something like that. I don't know, but it should make my voice sound a little bit better. It's a tool that is useful when you are, well, like it said, on air. So, and I could basically say that I am on air right now. Alright, so we have some stuff going on today because I must admit and say a lot of things have happened for us today in Star Citizen. We got a new roadmap update, we got a new PTU update yesterday, we'll probably get a new PTU update today, and since it's not really known when this PTU is going to go live, I will go into the live universe first and sell off all my stuff that I have as I have mined, and then we will go into the PTU and test up, pick up the tasks that we did yesterday, and that's why I've called this stream finishing up various tasks in the verse. Let's go to work. But first, we have a lot of things to discuss, a lot of interesting things to discuss about the roadmap, the release view. We got a bunch of new cards, and let me just show you. Let me change to the screen view so that you can see my screen. Just a second. There we go. Now we also have a little bit of music. I can hear it myself. Maybe that's not a bad idea that I can hear how much music that's on. And I mean, let's try it this time with you can actually hear my voice this time. I'm terribly sorry about yesterday. I thought I've tested out all the different functions that I had in order to run this stream, but obviously I didn't test the ones for my screencast. So, but let's pick it up. Let's pick them up, and please tell me in the comments below if you watch this on YouTube, or else tell me in the chat, what do you think about the audio docking that I have right now? Is it annoying? Is it okay? Should I turn it down? Should I turn it up? I try to have some background music on here so it doesn't get, too boring to listen to me talking. But yeah, let's get to it. All right, so let me just also pick up the roadmap update we got. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it should be somewhere around here. Let me see. There. Let's try that. Roadmap roundups. Let's take that. So they have put in a lot of stuff. So let's take it one by one. So first of all, the new in the roadmap polish, as they call it, as you can see here, the idea is that they want to change the way that we look at the roadmap. So we got sort of three different ways to sort of interpret the roadmap. So we have what is called tentative, meaning that it might get released where it says, it might not get released where it says. It's not really known. They say down here, further down, that they're sort of roughly 70% certain, something like that, but that it hasn't gone through the final review process in order to be released. Then they have a second one called committed, and that basically means that if a card on the roadmap has that status, it's committed, it means that it's quite certain that it will be released at that point. And finally, released, well, I suppose that is self-explanatory. They also have something about color codes, so colorless and transparent, to denote that estimates delivery are tentative and could move around on the schedule. And that means that even if they have around these 70% confidence in a deliverable, that it will hit its intended target time, they have not yet put it through this final review on, or like they say in some cases, development on that deliverable hasn't started yet. Now, yesterday I went into the progress tracker, but and I mean I should really go into the progress tracker again and actually give you what I was trying to say with voice, so that you can actually hear what I say. You don't have to guess what I did say. And now we are at it. Let me just make totally sure that I am sending my voice out to you. So let me see. Scarlet channel 1 is being sent to 1 and 2. So yes, that is the case. All right. So let's take a look at what is going on. And we have some progress tracker improvements. They've given us a year view. I'm pretty sure that the year view also was there yesterday. They've put in something called partial time. So if something is striped, it means that it's a part-time resource that they will be splitting it between two persons, two work orders. I don't know what you would call it. So there are some notable changes for January 27th, 2021, which is today. So hacking tech, while work on this feature, let me just turn that music down because it's honestly annoying me a little bit. There we go. Hacking tech. While work on this feature will be complete in time, the mission team won't have enough time to implement it properly into the game, resulting in this deliverable moving from 3.13 to 3.14. On the other hand, after evaluating the work for object push and pull, we have found it feasible to target a release this quarter. Therefore, we have added this feature to the 3.13 column. Mounted guns. We have moved the mounted guns deliverable from the weapons category to the gameplay category, as this is a feature the active feature team is working on. And, wow, Tombrel Nova Tonk. So we're getting, I mean, why the heck don't they just call it a tank? I mean, a tonk? Sounds like someone who can't pronounce it correctly. Mommy, me wants a tonk. Well, nevertheless, the Nova Tonk has moved up in the schedule and is now slated to release earlier than initially planned. For this reason, you will now find this deliverable in the 3.13 column. And then they have some name changes. So we have persistent streaming and server meshing. Now, server meshing is an ongoing initiative that includes a variety of features and technology that helps unlock the ability to expand the content and play accounts in the Star Citizen universe. Tasks associated with this deliverable span across multiple teams and disciplines, and you will find work being done on all 4 quarters currently visible on the roadmap. While you may not see the server meshing or pyro in the release view at this moment, this doesn't necessarily rule anything out. This merely means we are still working out a timeline and have not currently met that threshold. That's the 70% confidence to target a specific quarter yet. iCache. Some of you may have noticed that iCache is not present as a standalone deliverable on the roadmap. It's still there, but it's gotten a name change. This is because iCache and other similar technologies are now wrapped up within the persistent streaming and server meshing deliverable mentioned above. In addition, we have removed the convert legacy data management to iCache from the release view, as there are pending dependencies involved in the work for this. This means the fruit of these efforts won't be seen until later on in the year. And I mean, honestly, I was expecting that much, that it would take some time for them to get both iCache and server meshing online. So the weapon content team has wrapped their planning just barely outside the window to add their deliverables on the release view for today's publish. You can expect this team's deliverables for the year to be added to the release view in the next publish. So they didn't actually get to finish what they could finish. And that's okay. And Core Tech Group, downstream content, As we mentioned when we released the new roadmap in December, once we start adding downstream teams, I suppose it should be their content, not like there is content, but their content will only go out to quarters. This is because content beyond that is too unreliable and dependent on upstream teams' schedules. This is an important reminder because now that we are adding the core tech group teams listed below, some of them are downstream teams, meaning you will only see 2 quarters of scheduled content. Alright, so that's so much for the updates, sort of the explanations of what has happened to our roadmap for Star Citizen. Let's go into the roadmap and take a look, because we have got a lot to look at. And I could go down here at the progress tracker further down, but I think it's more interesting to go in here. So I have collapsed 3.12 because we already really know what is going on there, but now we can see some stuff going on here. And I'll say yesterday I speculated that we might get the Constellation Taurus this patch, this quarter or the next quarter, sort of from how it looked according to the progress tracker. And lo and behold, let's take it one by one. So I'm going to collapse all of these and let's take one at a time. So for 3.13, which is this quarter, the first quarter of 2021, we should get some refinery stations and non-commercial overlays, and I have no idea what that is, other than they say introducing a new non-commercial overlay to the entry areas of refinery stations to add more variety and better suit the theme. It's supposedly it's just eye candy, but whether it has any functionality is, well, it's yet to be seen, right? And I have said a couple of times that from the very first, I think it was Planet Tech version 3 or 2 or something like that, I can't even remember now. At that moment, I almost said these moons and these planets, they can't possibly get any more beautiful. Then we got Planet Tech version 3 and 4. And they just got better and better. And then we got some polish. We got a polish in, I think it was 3.11. We got one in 3.12. And in 3.12, if you go to Daymar on in the Crusader system, it's very, very beautiful. And beautiful in the sense that when you stand there, it looks, I wouldn't say real, because you can take a picture of a desert and you can compare it, and obviously it doesn't look the same, but it looks very, very convincing. And that's the thing. A game that wants you to immerse yourself into the gameplay, who wants to immerse yourself into the game itself, it needs to be believable in some sense. It needs to be, like I said, it needs to impress you. It needs to convince you that what you're seeing is actually there. And the last polish that we got for the moons and the planets, wow. And lo and behold, we will get one more Stanton system polish. So let's just, the only thing they're saying is that they're going to update assets, object presets, planet painting, and the global data of all planetary bodies in the Stanton system. When are this going to stop? So let's take a look. So we're going to get some new asteroids. I don't know if they're going to be minables or just, again, eye candy, but it's okay. We got the spacescaping, and that is also, basically eye candy, but it's cool. It looks good. And then we get cave entrances and drive-ins and sinkholes. Look where you drive now, because you can drive into a sinkhole. They're going to adding 2 new cave entrances to the PU. The drive-in entrance will allow players to enter using a ground vehicle, while the sinkhole entrance will require players to enter and exit using a ship. It's pretty interesting. we're going to see. And please notice, I didn't say that from the start, but please notice that all of these for now are tentative, meaning that they can be shifted around during our, this quarter here. So we're going to get, like I said, cave entrances for gameplay. We're going to get spawn closets, and I suppose it's the way for CIG to be able to spawn NPCs at certain points. Think of an advanced version of the spawn on Minecraft, basically. That's how I see it, at least. I can't be completely wrong about that, but that's how I see it. So, as they write, the initial implementation of spawn closets. These areas allow entities such as NPCs to spawn in areas outside of the player view. These will be used to support missions, locations, populations, and security responses. So basically it means that, if you break into a security station in Korea and you trigger some alarm, then you can have a lot of security forces spawning there and try to kill you. That's how I interpret it in a way. Then we have mounted guns, meaning basically that the guns that you have, for example, in the side doors on the Valkyrie will be usable. And this was the one that just changed from one group to another, but it's not on the weapons, it's on the gameplay. Force reactions, and they're going to expand our reactions to direct, indirect, and sustained forces, meaning that you can blow each other up. When you get a grenade in your face, you'll not just go boom and die, but you actually get an impact force that will throw you back and land you on your back or something like that. And I suppose that they will also improve the reactions that you have in ships, for example. We're also going to get missiles, guidance, and control reworks, meaning basically that they're going to convert missiles to use this IFCS guidance and control system. And this will improve missile performance and tracking ability, enabling greater control over the general missile behavior. So I suppose that is really wanted at the moment, at least. Because I think missiles do somehow behave completely unpredictable and strange. And then we're going to get something very interesting that I think is a nice addition to the game. It is something that I hinted in a post at some point. It's not exactly the same. So let me try to expand a little bit on it and try to give you an idea what it was. So one of the things that pirates, or you could say unlawful players, has been hinting from time to time is that the way that you do bounty hunting is overpowered in some sense, meaning that they call it the God marker, should be removed, because it is too easy for the bounty hunters to just follow a marker on the map and then find the player. But on the other hand, from my perspective, having players to spend that much time in an unfinished game, I'd like to say, with a lot of 30Ks and server errors and all that, having players to spend a lot of time trying to track another player in a huge system where there's only 40 players inside now. We've gone from 50 to 40. That's not realistic. So I hinted that sort of a middle ground could be that all ships have what is called a transponder. So basically what you know from airplanes on Earth today, a squawk system that you enter a code, and then ATCs can identify your ship. On the other hand, if you fly into an area and you don't squawk, or you squawk a false code, then you'll get noticed by the ATCs. And it seems, I don't know. I don't know what the background for CIG to be doing this really is, but to some extent it seems that they have had the same idea, the same point of origin that I hinted in that post, because now we are getting the ability to name our ships and display special serial numbers. So numbers that is unique for one ship and one ship only. That means that you can forever, I would almost say, but you can always identify a certain ship by that serial number. So you can't just hide amongst the populace now. You can hide amongst the numbers, because you'll have a specific serial number that will identify you. And if that number is somehow tied into a system that transmits that number, i.e. a squawk system, a transponder system, as we have now on airplanes, that will sort of hint the idea that I was sort of start the idea that I was sort of hinting at, that getting this system implemented and then tying it into the communications array that we have now, meaning that you might be giving the ability to turn off squawking this serial number, but when you enter a system where there is monitoring, there is communications arrays, the ATCs will contact you and ask you to squawk your identity. And if you don't squawk your identity, then you'll be intercepted by either players getting a mission to sort of figure out what kind of ship it is, or by NPC security forces that will try to identify you. And for that matter, when you're in a system with and that was sort of the solution to the bounty hunter god marker thing. If you enter a monitored system and you turn off your squawk identity, then no bounty hunters in the server, anyone that has taken the contract, picked up the contract, they cannot find you in that system. They cannot see you like they can now. But when you enter the system, and that's sort of the hindsight of it, when you enter the system and you don't have that squawk enabled, then you'll be asked by the ATC and so forth and so on, like I said. So instead of sort of being a consequence of entering a system that just is there for the unlawful players, it now becomes some sort of conscious choice for them. Will they risk entering a system without that squawk identity, squawk transponder enabled, meaning that they can basically go unnoticed by the bounty hunters, or will they risk turning it on and quite possibly be intercepted by bounty hunters? So let me give you a concrete example. For example, if you want to do some unlawful stuff in a system, let's say Hurston, then entering Hurston without your transponder enabled will instantly get you notified or noticed by the ATCs and hence the security forces. If you enable your transponder, then you'll be able to be viewed, the guard marker, by bounty hunters. They can intercept you, they can catch you and all that. So it's sort of a conscious choice in that sense, depending on how much time you're going to spend in that system. Otherwise, on the other hand, let's say that you just want to enter Crusader in order to get to Grimhex, because at Grimhex there's no monitoring, so you can disable your transponder just as you like. So you can take the chance and enter the system, get notified by the ATCs and just ignore them, and then as quickly as you can fly to Grimhex. And if you do it like that, you'll be completely unnoticed by any bounty hunters. That was my idea. And like I said, I'm a backer. I'm not a programmer. I'm not hired by CIG or anything like that. I have absolutely no inside knowledge of the thoughts behind this unique serial number. But it seems plausible, right? So yeah, that's just something that I thought when I saw this idea here, what we get. Alright, we will also probably get vehicle visual degradation, simply meaning that wear and tear will be visible on ships' eye candy, but still. I mean, we wanted the game to be immersive, and eye candy is a pretty big deal when it comes to immersion, so sure. Then we get Merlin and Constellation docking. And I really hope that we get this, because I want to see that. I really want to see how you do it. And we are not only getting the ability to undock and dock the Merlin from the back of the Constellation classes, we will also get a completely brand new user interface to guide us into the correct position. So it will give the Constellation a very new role in the game, because the Constellation class is in itself a decent support ship with big guns and all that, but now it will also get the ability for us to undock a small ship underneath it and use that as a scout ship, as sort of a support ship for the I mean, it's you can do what you want with it, right? So I'm looking pretty much forward to that, and also to testing it out if I can. I hope that I can. We'll get missile operator mode. So in 3.11, I think it was. I can't remember whether it was 3.11 or 3.12. Nevertheless, in one of those updates, we got the ability to select between missile groups. So let's say you have a group of IR missiles, you have a group of EM missiles, and you have a group of what's it called? Size of ship. That's the shape of the ship. You have that type of missiles as well. So now by flicking a button, you can button, you can change between these three kind of missiles, and now we are getting the ability to select specific missiles. So you can select exactly what missile you want to fire. I hope that they will keep sort of these two systems, parallel to each other, so that you can choose whether you want to select specific missiles, and also if you just want to select groups of missiles, because you can put on one very special missile that you want to use in a certain, context, and then you can use the rest of the missiles as sort of normal missiles for, combat, dogfighting, anything like that. One interesting thing that we are getting for the unlawful players is the ability to surrender. So right now, there are two ways that you can get into prison as an unlawful player. You can be killed by player bounty hunters, or you can be killed by NPC bounty hunters. And that is pretty much it. Now you can actually choose to surrender. Let's say you have a relatively small crime stat and you just want to get rid of it. Maybe you got it by accident, then you don't need to die, you can just surrender. Maybe I would say it doesn't say in the card here, it just say to allow players to be arrested without losing their life, they'll be able to surrender by coming to a halt and powering down their ships when ordered to by security. Security will halt their attack and arrest criminal players and impound the ship if owned by a criminal. So I hope that they will also make it so, depending on the crimes that you have, that if you surrender yourself, you'll get a reduced sentence. So that will be sort of an incentive to surrendering instead of fighting to the last. And it will also mean that players that have gotten a crime stat, accidentally by choosing new players. I've heard a lot of new players that have sort of picked missions that they thought were lawful, and then they completed them, and then they got a crime stat and was brutally hunted by bounty hunters and ended up in prison without really knowing what the heck was going on. So yeah, I'll hope that will and I'll try to hurry up now because we have a lot of things to look at. We'll get ships to station docking, basically meaning that we can dock a ship to a station instead of just landing. We can dock. I will look very forward to that, and that will be sort of the stepping stone for ship-to-ship docking. Object push and pull, like they said in the notes, this has been moved from somewhere, I think it was 3.14 or 15, something like that, to 3.13. So we are going to get, hopefully, object push and pull in the next patch. And this is sort of leading up to the fact where you have to load your own ship, or I mean hire someone to do it, but instead of just buying some stuff and then magically it just appears inside your ship, you actually have to load and unload the ship in a certain way. So I'm looking, I mean, again, the immersion, right? You have to do stuff. It's not just magic that happens. It will also give you more direct control. Let's say, for instance, for traders, it might not have the big influence, because when you buy something that you want to trade, you want to put it all on your ship, right? It will be pretty silly to buy a lot of Laranite and a lot of quartz and then mix it, because Laranite gives you way more money than quartz does. So I suppose it's more interesting for players that are mining, because then you can just mine all the heck you want, and then you can, for example, fill up your ship with Laranite that you mined at one point. Then you can fill it up with quartz or corundum or whatever you want. I mean, the choice is yours. Instead of now, you sort of have to put it in the ships instead of whatever was refined at that given point. It's still better than it was before, but I mean, this could be sort of the road to getting us more direct control of what we load and unload on our ships. And like they said, they will hopefully deliver, build, implement, and balance the Tumbril Nova Tonk as a drivable vehicle. Again, I mean, I'm a military guy, and I mean, I have watched when the Danish army got their very first upgrade. We had the German Leopard. I think it's called a... not a cheetah, but nevertheless, I mean, it's a tank, right? So I guess we call it a Leopard 1 tank. And then we upgraded it to the Leopard 2, and it was cool. I mean, it's a big machine, fast in terrain. So getting a tank into this game is going to be cool. And again, eye candy. But honestly, I will say, I mean, this probably comes from that they have also found, I mean, implement the tank into Squadron 42. And I mean, why put it into Squadron 42 and not get it in? Yeah, I get that. But honestly, I mean, it sort of goes with the Starlifter, because it's the one that can transport the Tumbril Nova tank around. But honestly, I honestly don't see what we need a tank for in the game right now, because we don't have enough players on the server to sort of start a real war. I mean, if we had two big orcs consisting of thousands of players that could sort of start their big war in parts of the system with tanks and ground troops and ships and all that, then it would be cool. Then I could get the gist of it. But I mean, yeah, we can park a tank and we can park an anti-airship vehicle, and then we can, I mean, conduct our own control over a part of a landing zone or something like that. But else, I mean, I don't see why we get it. Right now, I don't see why we get it. What I do see why we get, and what I really love that we get, is the Crusader M2 Hercules Starlifter and the Crusader C2 Hercules Starlifter. So basically, you could say that the M2 is sort of the militarized version and the C2 is the cargo version. That's sort of it. A big ship with a lot, and I mean seriously, a lot of cargo space. It has more cargo space than the Caterpillar. And right now the Caterpillar is the biggest boat in that sense. in Star Citizen right now in the PU. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to get these twos. I think, sort of from the top of my head, I think the M2s, I mean the C2s, the C2 has around, I think it's about 600 SCUs of cargo space, whereas the Caterpillar has around 576 or something like that. So way more capacity. Really cool. So that's what we get here. And for 3.14, we'll get something really new. We lost Delamar. We did. Sorry. But instead, we're going to get Crusader. So what they're going to give us here is all the tasks relating to the creation of the planet Crusader, including points of interest. This beautiful yet dangerous gas giant is home to the Horizon landing zone, a picturesque city floating on orbital latticework. So basically, they're going to turn... That's my words here. They're going to turn Crusader from a solid sphere with textures on to actually being a gas giant, and I hope that it will be a real gas giant where you can actually fly into it and sort of hide yourself in it. I mean, completely Star Trek, right? And like, we're going to get the Horizon landing zone gameplay. We're going to get FPS radar and scanning, meaning that including an improved signature system that supports much greater distances and the dampening of signatures by environmental interference and larger entities. This feature will be available to players in ships, in ground vehicles, and on foot. And I mean, wow. This is something really groundbreaking here. You can actually use the terrain to hide yourself from radar pings and all that. Perfect. Thank you, CIG. And also getting a more sort of, hopefully, more intuitive radar system. That would be very, very much appreciated. But yeah, making the radar system and the scanning more sort of realistic in some sense. Perfect. Good. So we're going to get weapon charge drain T1. That's the first sort of version. So all backend tasks related to creating the first pass of the charge drain feature that will be used in future location and mission updates. Basically meaning that if you have the little hand tool, for example, the Gridcat hand tool, you actually need to put in batteries in order to make it work. Obviously, right? That's not rocket science. So cool. Active feature, physical inventory. Yes. When implemented, players will physically store weapons, gadgets, consumables, healing items, and more on their person and in vehicles via backpacks, pockets, and containers. This utilizes the new iCache for persistence whenever players travel. I mean, this is really, really, really groundbreaking for Star Citizen because, again, we want an immersive game, and actually having to put your undersuit and your armor into a locker when you enter a ship and then have to put it on again when you exit the ship. I mean, yes, CIG. But that is sort of for the second quarter of this year, and it can be moved, right? So, and again, we're going to get something about radar scanning and ping. So it says radar is used to passively locate and track contacts and display their whereabouts to the player. Scanning is used to obtain information about a specific entity. Ping actively finds additional context or highlights volumes of space to investigate weak signatures, both of which are displayed via the radar and its AR hot elements. So we're going to get more refined radar usability, and hopefully this will eventually tie into the fact that we're getting the ability to explore points of interest. So instead of having all the things known in Stanton, for example, I mean, Stanton is a known system, but just take it as an example, we might have pockets around in Stanton where it's unknown. We might receive a mission, or we might go there ourselves in our character, whatever it is, to scan the system, to map it, and find out what there is. Yes. Tech, healing, T0, so new healing. Creating the includes all backend tasks related to the initial implementation of the healing feature that will be used in future locations and mission updates. Basically, another way to heal our bodies. Yeah. Hacking tech, that was the one that got moved. All backend tasks related to creating the first pass of the hacking feature that will be used in future locations and mission updates. When implemented in-game, this feature will be used to access systems and areas that have been previously closed to the player. The hacking process will be represented via a minigame that is displayed on the player HUD's visor. So we're going to probably move around little boxes or something like that. I mean, I'm all in for it. Right now, hacking is just simply a matter of waiting and hoping not to get killed. So yeah. NPC healing, so NPCs can now heal themselves. Okay. I mean, seriously, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of FPS shooters. I mean, first-person shooters in general. I don't play Counter-Strike at all, and I only play a very little bit of something like Doom Eternal or something like that. But I suppose in this case, I mean, I honestly preferred the NPCs to be big, dumb, and stationary. Now they are movable. They are not very bright, but at least they can hide, and they can run, and they can go back and forth. They don't just stand around and wait for you to make an appearance before they try to shoot you. But then also having them giving the ability to hide somewhere and heal themselves, I mean, it goes towards making a more challenging game, and I suppose that's okay. And here comes my little baby. The RSI Constellation Taurus. So, implementing and balancing RSI's hauling variant of the Constellation to Taurus as a flight-ready ship in the game. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully it will be moved to 3.13, as I hinted. Cortec. Migrating legacy vehicles XMLs to data core. So I suppose it's the end of tools like Hercule, unless they find a way to sort of data mine the data core. Vehicle module swapping. So enable players to swap vehicle rooms modules via VMA. I think it's the sort of the equivalent of the vehicle management, the one you have in your Moby class. And finally, replacing of shield system tech replacement. Let's highlight that. Adapt shield code to determine shield hit space of a dynamically contoured shield meshes for more accurate combat gameplay and to eliminate possible weak spots in shields. Meaning, fixing the shield hole in the Connies and all the other ships. This also extends shields tech to entities beyond just vehicles. Yes, we are really hoping for that. So that's 3.14, that is second quarter. Let's go to the third quarter of this year. So we have small home, outpost, colonialism. A small home for AI to live and shelter. They consist of a central hub and a few optional internal and external modules. They provide the basic necessities to support a small group of people for an indefinite amount of time. I don't like that AI thing because I hope that it would be for us. Well. Alright, let me just see. I've been here 45 minutes, so let's quickly try to get into the game. We're missing one. So that's what we get for location. So gameplay. Weapons, magazine stripping, refilling. Yes, so now we actually do what we always did when I was in the military, and they probably still do in the military. You don't just have an infinite supply of magazines, but you actually refill them, you save them, and you refill them when you have emptied them. So yeah. Active feature EVA T2. So they are further going to improve the EVA experience following the transition to IFCS. Yeah, sounds nice. And then we're going to get cutting. First version of cutting. So all backend tech tasks related to updating the cutting feature for the multi-tool that will be used in future locations and mission updates. Basically meaning that now we will get a task where we have to cut our way into a ship instead of just finding the secret hole in the ship to enter via. So we get, player interaction experience. The player interaction experience, or PI, represents complementary features and systems related to the players. Let's try to expand it. The player interaction blah blah is a holistic array of complementary features and systems, all related directly to the player status, item status, environment status, and as well as interactions with both the game world and the objects within are covered on these systems. So a more the same way we do these things instead of having several ways to do it. Basically going away from the inner thought system, as I read it. Then we're going to get bombs and space mines. Players will have the ability to drop powerful bombs on targets while in space. The ability to release mines in a coordinated fashion. Cool. And now some people will get very, very happy around this time here. Because I know quite a bit of people that have bought into the Reclaimer. Big, cool looking ship, but honestly quite useless at the moment. So we are going to get this feature included all backend tech tasks required for the initial implementation of salvage gameplay and mission, giving the Reclaimer and consequent ships of that type a purpose in the game. Perfect. Then we're going to get 0G push and pull, 0G traversal without EVA using the player's hands. Cool, so we can actually sort of crawl or pull ourselves along a ship or anything like that instead of just having to sort of float around in space everywhere we need to go. We're going to get the Aegis Redeemer. So, and I think that is I'm not sure. I think it's a gunship. Yeah, it says. Encompasses all the tasks, including design, art, audio, and tech, required for the implementation of the Aegis Redeemer gunship into the PU. Okay, cool. We're going to get the Crusader A2 Hercules Star Lifter, and I can't really remember what the A2 is. It's not really the militarized version, but well, you can look it up for yourself. Crusader Ares Starfighter Ion, so implementing the Crusader Ares, and we're going to get the Starfighter Inferno as well. Different, types of the same ship. And then we're going to get ship interior exterior culling, and that means when complete, the game engine will no longer render the interiors and exteriors of ships when not required. So basically, you don't render an entire ship, for example, the entire carrack, but at one point, but instead you'll get it sort of continuously when you move around in the ship. So, again, in order to save memory on the servers and player computers, optimizing all that, perfect. Let's go to the final one. And remember again, all of these are still tentative, so they can be shuffled out, they can be shuffled around and all that. We're going to get a new version of Horizon Landing, adding more shops and services to the Horizon Landing Zone. Basically, it's the same thing they did with New Babbage. We first got the city itself, where we could do very basic stuff. We could land, we could trade, I think. But then later on, they added the shops and all that. So we're going to get, oh man, that's cool, right? So we're going to get weapon, misfire, and wear, meaning that our weapons can misfire, they can malfunction. We can actually shoot a friend because we had a misfire. The weapon can blow up in our face because of malfunctions. We get player slide. the ability for the player to perform a slide maneuver, basically meaning, I think it's self-explanatory. You can hide, and then you can run, and then you can drop down on the floor and slide in front of the enemy and shoot them down. We get a new prone, all tasks relating to improving prone. So this is actually, what? Is this released for 3.16? That's interesting. Let me see. All tasks relating to improve. I suppose that would mean that it has been released they are no longer working on this task. But why the heck not move it to 3? I mean, it could be that it's depending on other stuff. I mean, dependencies, right? Active feature, ladders T1, improve freedom and control while traversing ladders. Good, because you're actually pretty much a sitting dog when you're sitting on a ladder. So the ability to sort of hold with one hand and pull out your weapon and perhaps shoot someone who's trying to shoot you. I mean, I don't know if that's it, but that would be cool. Act attack, physicalized weapon handling. So basically, more realistic way to handle weapons instead of just, I mean, again, we got a little bit more of the same thing when we, instead of just swapping out things in our mobi-class right now, we can customize the weapon while looking at it. And I suppose to further that is what we're going to get here, is that when you customize your weapon, you actually physically take what's it called? The silencer or the scope or whatever it is that you're changing around, you actually physically takes it and swaps it around. So I suppose that's what they mean. And in that context, we're going to get lockers and inventory. So let me just make that bigger. Lockers Tech 1, I suppose that it says, introduces a consistent way to store clothes, armor, and items in a physicalized state. Also includes a more robust and tactile method of storing items on shelves and attachment surfaces. This builds on the personal inventory, expanding the inventory UI to include lockers. So perfect. So nice, so nice. Again, making all of this more believable, right? Fire extinguishers. So we are going to get fire now. Creating the backend tech required for fire extinguishers to become functional. Let's see what we get. In here we get ship shield emitters. Converting, let me just make it big. Converting ship shield emitters into physical objects that can be targeted and destroyed, giving players the ability to permanently disable enemy ships. So we can go for ship emitters right now. Oh man. And finally, for core tech, we're going to get dynamic door alignment for vehicles. When implemented, doors and elevators across all ships will dynamically adjust to the terrain below them. Cool. So right now, when you open, for example, the elevator on a Constellation Andromeda, if the ground is way below it or way above the intended, the distance that it can travel, it will either not go far enough or it will lift the ship up. Now, obviously, if you land your ship on a trench, where they're a couple of meters down to the surface, you can make the elevator extend to its maximum and not reach. But generally, the idea that when you open an elevator or door, it will react to the surroundings, that is really needed. Because right now, it's almost hazardous to open these kind of things, specific places. And finally, we're going to get the ability to swap the engines in the M50. So some bespoke engine, blah, 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 something. I don't use the M50, so I honestly don't have the big interest in it. Sorry to say, but that's just the way it is. That was it. That's the roadmap. There's one more thing. We got a new patch. Let me just check that that wasn't released a new patch here in the meanwhile. No. Again, I have to make the disclaimer that we might get pushed out of the PTU once again because of the patch that is coming. We don't get a database reset. I'm happy for that. It's still enabled. I mean, it basically, to my view, looks the same. We got a regression thread if you want to add something to that. There was some optimizations when, I mean, they made further optimizations to help with AI flight movements when server frame rate is erratic. That's okay. And I mean, it's the same. They changed something that when people have a crime stat, they won't be able to do this single thread mission. Suppose that's fair. But other than that, it seems that it's minor adjustments. Some are good, but not that they are bad, but they are minor. It's not sort of the big haul right here. The one final thing I would like to see right now is if they have updated the description of the Constellation Taurus. So let's take a look. So about the game, the Star Citizen ships, and let me just no, that was not what I wanted. Let's just take fighting and write Taurus. So let's see. When was this last? It says somewhere when it was last updated. Let's look at the specifications. No, it doesn't seem that they have changed anything here. We don't have a cargo capacity. We don't know SEM speed, afterburner speed, min recruit. That's the same. And let me see, when was this last updated? Usually says somewhere where when it was last updated. Maybe it's in the top here. 1 year ago, so that's definitely not been updated. Unfortunately, but maybe we'll never know until the ship is released. Alright, I hope that you got something out of this, and let's into the game. We're going to go into the PU first. So I'm going to go for my screen with webcam, so that you can still see me. Oh yeah. And let's automatically turn off the music as well. Let's go into the live server and deliver some stuff, because I want to see how it goes with all my jobs, with all my oh, we got a little lag here on my end. It's okay. I want to see how it goes with my all my mineable stuff. We're going to take out the my caterpillar, because I've filled it up with everything I could think of, and then we're going to sell it, because I would actually like to continue to do some more mining, but I honestly don't know when the patch will hit, and I would hate for me to have a lot of materials sitting around in these refineries without having the chance to sell them. And yeah, so that is what I am going to do. So we're going to wait for the game to load. And I hope that we can still get into the PTU and test out whether it still goes. I mean, all right, so if you didn't watch the last stream that I made yesterday, what I found was that the Rhino repeaters, I think they're called CF447 or something like that, Rhino repeaters, the fast ones, the ones that can fire a lot. I found that I could, in a 600i, I could almost instantly kill bounties. I mean, yes, they are NPC bounties, but nevertheless, I mean, that shouldn't be the case, right? Let me just see where I am right now, because I think I am at Arc L1 White Forest. All right, so let me just I mean, I have the stop it. I have the the Terran Second War, I think it's uniform on, but I want to put on my undersuit, the blue-black one, Yep. And obviously you can't see me right now, but I will look so pretty. Yeah, so let's go for the Twilight helmet as well. Because, well, we are going to spawn in a hangar, but still I want to have the suit on so I don't accidentally die horrible from asphyxiation. Yep. That's not the first time this has happened to me. See if I can find somewhere to there it was. That was what I was looking for. It may take a little while. So, if you need to grab a cup of coffee, anything like that, it might be a good idea to do it now. Because, well, the EVA speed is not very fast, honestly put.
Godnat.
Godnat.
Vil du sige godnat, eller?
Nej. Kan da ikke, mand.
Kan du ikke?
Hvad?
Har du nogensinde?
Det ved jeg ikke. Fordi det der nummer, det kan man ikke stole på. Hvad?
Nogen, der skal...
Nej.
Godnat. Inden 12.
Ja.
Jeg kommer ikke op. Og åbne lige for kattene lidt.
Ja. That sounded like someone going into quantum. I can see that they have made some improvements to the EVA to some extent, but it still seems very erratic when you, especially when you sort of float around, turn around your own axis. And sometimes you just flip 90 degrees or something like that. So, yeah. It's not exactly a safe method of traveling. It is actually a little bit annoying that that elevator floor is apparently... you can clip through it. I'm not sure what you call it, unclipped? That just sounds weird. But, yeah. Let's land our feet on this plate here and let's spawn... No, let's, put on the rest of my stuff into the caterpillar. Then move to the other station where I have some other stuff, and then let's sell it, and quickly go into the PTU in order to conclude the test that we started yesterday. Let's see. Yeah. One funny thing about when you land on a platform like this, when EVAing, you can actually land on your feet. Sorry about that. You can actually land. Let me just get a little bit of water. Water with coffee beans in it. No. You can actually land on your feet and then take a couple of steps. And then you fall over. You can quite possibly even die doing it like that. Yeah, I know that I get these big follows commercials from time to time, but I mean, find someone else to annoy them with, because I'm not going to fall for it. Sorry, I whale man 1059 or 1059, whatever you want to call yourself. Just be happy that I didn't set up a bot to kick you off. Yet. Alright, so let's find the refinery station. Luckily, these elevators here doesn't seem to be... They are not bugged. They work the way they intended. So I don't follow down through the floor or anything unfortunate like that. And again, I wanna apologize for yesterday. I mean, I spent a good half hour talking about the roadmap updates and all that, and you couldn't hear anything of what I said. Fortunately, my voice, I mean the microphone, worked on the game part of the yeah. I'm just sorry. I mean, yeah. There's no other way to put it. I hope you can forgive me. Double doors. For safety. Of course. Alright. So let's go and put all... Oh. I just thought I saw them floating around in free air. Alright, let's see.
Hey, back again, I see.
Yes, I'm back. And I'm finding everything.
You like?
Yes, I see money. And that I like. Let me see if I can figure out the right one. Not the carrot. Is it this one? No. Because it has this one. Nope, what? This one. Yeah. It's not collect. 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 And then I could go on, but I'll wait because they are going to disappear and then I have to start all over and all that jazz.
Like?
It also seems to me, and I really hope that they have changed the little box, so when you let me see, no, I mean, but why the heck does it disappear? Let me just take a look once again. So maybe they haven't fixed this. Hopefully they have. Let me see. Come on, give me the options. Annual carrot caterpillar. There it is. Thank you. So we're going to say click somewhere. And then say yes, that's the right one. Collect. Collect. And collect. So I probably won't fill the caterpillar at this point with these jobs, but I also have other jobs hopefully completed at the other side. So let's hope that they will have it as well. And just to let any possible stream snipers know it, I have actually said a good bit of, yeah, hello. A good bit of delay on this stream here because I wanted to avoid exactly that. So, now it's missing again. Alright, I suppose we have to walk, take a little walk around and say blah 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 blah, move it. Let's take a look again. I wanna, CIG,
Hi.
fix this. Give us coffee. Coffee. I don't understand why the heck. I mean, I know it doesn't have any effect on you, but I honestly don't know why the only functional coffee machine that I have found in this entire system is only present at one place. One place. And that is the habitation area at Hurston, at Lawville. When you wake up in a bed at Lawville, you can go to the coffee machine and you can brew yourself a nice cup of steamy, well-smelling coffee, and you can drink it all. It doesn't do a dang difference for you, but you can at least play that you are. I mean, imagine that you are drinking coffee just like I am. I am right now. All right, so let's take a look. Let me see if I can get it now. And I just have to make sure that, let me see, yeah, there it is, 44. There we go. Collect. Collect. And when we have collected this, I'm just going to make sure that I don't have any rest material in my in my prospector. I don't think that I have. I'm pretty sure I don't have. But you never know. Let's see how much we should have a prospector here. Yeah, it might not even show because I don't have anything in it. It's okay. Alright. Bye-bye, station. We now have all the stuff, and we need to go to the next place. Call elevator. Let me see if I can do anything with this purge. Yeah, purge. Thank you. A timeout for 1 second, maybe I should change that. So I learned something new today, that I can actually purge messages that I don't like. Perfect. So maybe I should set up some kind of bot that can take care of this while I stream, so that I don't have to sort of exit, tab out of the game every time. Now I need to remember what is, I think it's number 2, but let's just go to the Galleria and be absolutely sure what caterpillar we are talking about. And also let's see if we can actually see the physical inventory fill up the caterpillar. No, not here. I mean, it is here, but it's not right now. Yeah. So, please take me to the Galleria. Thank you very much. And the reason why I'm running is simply because I want to go into the PTU with you and test out this stuff here. I want to show you. I want to see if it actually seems like they have buffed, the heck out of these Rhino repeaters in 3.12.1. It might have been fixed in one of the updates. That it might even be fixed in the update that we get now. But let's test it. That's why it's called a public test universe. It's because we're supposed to test things. Let's see, Drake Caterpillar. Yeah, it's not the second one. I'm quite sure. So let me see here. No, it's Drake 1. Let me see if that's the good one that I have filled up with all the stuff. Let me see, Drake Caterpillar. Pontes. Yeah, seems okay. Thermal Corp, Ginsel, Stronghold. Paint. So it's the Stormbringer? Livery? Let me look at the weapons. Panther repeaters. Yes, that's the good one. Alright, perfect. Yeah, I've upgraded it a little bit. That's what I really mean. And let's go to hangers and hats. Run, run, run. I should get something to eat, but I don't. I don't need it. I will survive. So we're going to get this one. Yes, 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 yes. And I don't get why the heck that is a medium freight when the what's it called? The Freelancer Max is a heavy freight. I mean, all right. Yeah, I'm going to use that. Thank you. What was it? It was hangar 3. Let's go to hangar 3. Let's make sure that no one despawned or anything like that here. I mean, not despawned. Desynced with me inside. Doesn't seem like it. Alright. Let's take a look. Here it is, my blue caterpillar. Beautiful, beautiful caterpillar. Yes. And let's take a look around. I have so many people try to get into caterpillar by hiding behind here, but no cake. Sorry. Alright, CIG, if you're watching this, I don't know if you are, please remove this. Because honestly, why the heck would I retract an elevator that isn't deployed yet? I get why we have 2 options here, but on the box down there, we should either get 2 buttons so we can see where we actually pushing, or you should just change it. And I would prefer that you change it so that you can quickly, switch directions. Alright. Let's start up the beast. The caterpillar. I mean, technically it's not a beast, it's more like a bug, right? Alright, so let's take the road to where we are going. Alright. There we go. And let's open the hangar doors. Or maybe we should wait a little bit because we need to sort of get the shields fully up. I'm just show shields instead. Let me see, where is that? Shields. Alright, we can do it now.
You are clear to launch.
Thank you. I'm so happy. So where is my waypoint? It's up in back that direction or what? I have one there, I have one there. Oh man. I think it's that way, but there, no, that's my... So it is that waypoint there. Alright, fair enough.
Launch complete. Landing gear.
Spool up the drive. And go into quantum.
Thank you.
See you around, L1. But I suppose it's ARCOP L1. Alright, so let's go and see if we can retrieve some nice stuff. And hopefully make a little bit of money. That would be very, very nice. So that I don't lose all the fruits of my hard labor. With the prospector. Yeah. And I promise you at some point I will probably take you out with the prospector. I'm pretty sure it won't be before the next patch has been released, because I love going out doing mining missions, but go out mining, but I also don't want to sort of waste my time by mining a lot and then lose it all because of a patch reset. I mean, they will probably reset the database when we get 3.12.1. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's it, right? All right. So, but in any way, oh yes, one thing I never do and I should do, I really, really should do, is if you want to chat with me, and let me just, I mean, I'll do it right now, because I almost never do this, and I probably should. Just start up my Discord. So here it is. Let me just get it. There we are. Alright, so let's see. So I have my own Discord channel. And I have a gaming Star Citizen channel there. So you can contact me on my gaming channel, and I am into the gaming channel right now. So if you want to join me there, if you want to talk to me in the gaming channel, if you want to talk with me when I'm streaming, then get in there and let's have a conversation in there. You are very welcome. I will kick you if you start to use abusive language or profanities, excessive profanities, that is. But other than that, the word is free. If you are not a Star Citizen player, then you can come in and you can join me and we can talk about Star Citizen. If you are a Star Citizen player and you want to play with me, if you want to hang out and do stuff like that, then please join me there as well. I rarely do commercial. I mean, I rarely speak up about my Discord channel, and I truly believe that I should, because the Discord channel is a much more direct way to engage myself with you, with my viewers. So, and I should have a link down below in the comment section on my Twitch channel where you can join my Discord. So please do that, and I will. We can have some fun together, because after all, Star Citizen is a multiplayer game. So let's do some multiplaying. But I mean, right now I'm basically doing some solo playing because we're going to go back into the PTU, right? So yeah, and I might make some more channels. So we have both channels for the PU and the PTU.
Quantum drive is now off.
Because I think that might be useful. I'm not sure. You can tell me as well if you would like that. But for now, I have two distinct channels that you can join in some sense. And those channels are... No, I have one channel that you can join, and that is the channel inside the Discord for Star Citizen that is called the gaming channel. I also have a private one. I reserve that for family members or close relatives, personal contacts, and that sort of thing. So you have to know me in a specific context in order to be invited in there. And the reason being is that is where I also play with my son. And, well, since he's my son and I'm protective, I mean, try to protect him as much as I can, both, I mean, in real life and online, I will reserve that channel for special context. But you are more than welcome. I mean, definitely more than welcome to join me. I knew I would get that. You're more than welcome to come and join my Discord channel, The Ordinary One, if you want to call it that, The Ordinary One. You can call it what you will, but it's the channel that I use for general gameplay. And that's why it's called The Gaming. But I will create one for the PTU and the PU subcategory. Let me see if it closes in my face once again. I'm going to reduce my speed somewhat. Yeah, it did. This is so annoying. Alright, so if I'm very quiet, it's because I'm very focused on not flying into stuff. Let's see. Oh, don't tell me that we got a 30k. Let me just display info 1. Let me see. No. Ah, that was. I don't know why. Let's call them again.
That request has already been granted.
I know it has, but you closed the door right in my face, so that's why I'm making it once again. If you don't want me to call you constantly to open the doors, then don't close them in my face. Sounds good? Alright, let's remove that again. If you want to know, let's get inside before they close the door on my face once again. Alright, so, and stop. That's fine. There we go. If you look, let me just show you. If you look up here in the corner, you can see there's a BW in and a BW out. If the BW in is 0, 0, 0, 0, then you most likely have a 30k on your hands. Specifically, if it's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 for a longer period of time. Alright, I don't want to turn off engines or anything like that. I just want to fill up the... Because it most likely will store my ship anyway, so... No need for that. Alright, so let me just show you. The problem is that you can get out pretty quickly, but you can't just push it. I mean, quick push it with F1, with the F key. They have removed that and it annoys me a bit, because it makes you a more open target for potential bad guys. And I don't like being a potential open target for bad guys. Alright, so go to the lobby. Yes, I do know that I left the channel, Drake Caterpillar. Alright, let's see. 1.5 hour. Streaming. My. Alright, so let's go to... It's this way. But having the Discord channel, I think I should also make sort of a channel that we can... When I start off a stream with discussing the roadmap updates and all that, I think it might be a good idea to also have a... sorry. a dedicated Discord channel that you can join in there, and you can join the discussion there. I think it would be a good idea, but if you don't really care, then, well, fair enough. Then it's okay. Let me just see. You know what? I'm going to move my frame camera up just a tad so you can see this. There you go. All right. But I mean, I know it. The reason why I haven't sort of really engaged myself in updating my
Hi, good to have you back.
thank you. My
Everything all right?
yes, very much all right. 8 completed works. Oh my. We're going to select Cedric Caterpillar. The reason why I honestly didn't spend very much time on there we go. Collect. 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 Let me see if I can get this as well. Collect. 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 I didn't make it. Alright, let's see how much we get. Yes, the reason why I haven't spent too much time on sort of updating my Discord channel or anything like that is because I think that the Discord is primarily actually for streaming, and I honestly wasn't very certain that I would go back to streaming. So that's why I haven't spent too much time on making sort of my Discord channel more up to date. I've created some channels, like I said, for my son and I. We can play when we play some Phasmophobia or Star Citizen or anything like that. But other than that, I haven't spent too much time on it, and perhaps I should when I get back into streaming, like I'm doing now, because I think I would like to have direct interaction with my viewers. I mean, with you, right? So if you want to join me in my Discord channel, then you should be so very, very welcome. All right, let's see how much we can actually get out of this. Move it. I'm on a time schedule here. Why do you think I'm running? Huh? Huh? All right, so let's get back to my caterpillar. Thank you. Hangers and hubs. We don't need to go to the refinery this time because we know that it is at hangar 4. Alright, so let me just yeah. I mean, no. That's the problem with the hangar. You can just ask them to open the doors because then they will be closed when you get there. And they might have to store my ship, and I'll store it right away if I can. And then pull it out again. It's okay. It's okay. Just need to know which one of them it is that I'm going to pull out. Alright. So, run this way. Not going to the hats, I'm going here. Let's see. It's this one. Can I store it? Please let me store it. I don't need to store it, I just would like to. Come on. How much time can it take? There, store. On pad? No, in hangar. Retrieve. Because then I sort of reset the clock on how much time I can fiddle around in it, and we can take a look at the inventory in it. Hangar 4 still. Alright, fair enough. Open the door. Go to 4. How many players are we here? Can I see that? Almost filled. I have 9 followers. 9 precious followers. I want to thank you each time I go online for following me, because it's a pleasure and a privilege to have you following me. And I'm not saying this to be sort of salty or rude or anything like that. I seriously mean it. That I feel very lucky to have I mean, I have 9 people that actually thinks that my babbling and my fumbling around in different games is worth, I mean, getting notified and all of that jazz before. I think that's, for me, that is personally, that is some kind, it is a privilege. It really is. All right. Let's turn on the ship. If I can. Let's try again. There we go. Thank you. And turn on the engines so they can warm up a little bit. I want to see the shield status once again. There we go. So, yeah. Let's go take a quick look at the cargo hold. See if it's all there. I hope it is. No. No, 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 no. No, stop it. I don't want to go down the ladder. Let's see. Nope, nothing there. Nothing there. It may not have spawned in. No, nothing. So that's okay. I like it when I can see the cargo sort of physically inside the inventory, but it's not necessary. Now I just hope that it's the right ship that I chose. Center hallway, please open. Thank you. Otherwise, this is going to be the most meaningless flight I've ever done in my life. But I think I want to go to... where the heck do I want to go sell this stuff? I want to go sell it at... oh, it's so hard a choice. Tougher choice. I think I'll go to Hurston. Hurston is the closest. And I like Hurston, so... Lowell. Set route. Ask for permission to leave.
You are clear to launch.
Just... there we go. Take off already. No, 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 stop. I don't want to go out yet. I forgot to reset my throttle, that's why. That's why it's going forward. Let's spool the engine while we're here. Let me see if I can get out without colliding. Oh, I could. How cool is that? So let's go this way. To Lowell. And hopefully I will not get hit by S30K. Let's take a look. Otherwise this would also have been completely meaningless for all time and eternity. Oh yes. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube, I mean, please join. I will try to put a link into the description below so that you can see it. But otherwise you can visit my Twitch channel. Also, if you don't want to watch me online, you can just visit the Twitch channel. I know that I have a link to my Discord channel there. You can join my Discord, and when I'm online we can chat. I might be online on my Discord without playing. We can chat there as well, but I will usually... I mean, seriously, right? I'll reserve it for when we are actually playing the game, because that's where it at least makes most sense to me. Alright. And it seems that I'm hitting sort of in the yellow area on OBS, but not the red area. That's good. And I have now spent 12 gigabytes recording this this video here, this VOD for YouTube. But I also have 44 hours and 33 minutes left on my hard drive, so I suppose I'll manage, right? Think so. All right, so let's see what we can get. Yeah, I'm just watching the numbers on my stream and it all looks green and lovely and all that. All right. So I actually found out, I mean, last time I think, I can't even remember if it was in the video or it was on the stream, I said that one of the reasons I was going away from Restream.io to stream both to YouTube and to, let me just see, because now Siri wants to join me. Sorry, Siri, I don't want to talk to you. The reason why I went away from Restream.io was that they couldn't sort of scale the bandwidth to several places. So, for instance, send 6,000 kilobytes per second to Twitch and, I don't know, 10,000 kilobytes to YouTube. They actually can, but you have to pay per hour in order to do it. And I mean, no. Just no. If I had to sort of have some kind of relatively cheap subscription to in order to enable this, then perhaps yes. But other than that, no. I mean, seriously, I don't make any money on doing this, and I don't want to spend that much money on doing something that is, I mean, strictly speaking, not necessary. I mean, it's nice that I can stream both to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, because it will, in any case, give me sort of a broader base to stream to. But it's not something, I mean, it's not something that I'm willing to spend that much money on. It just isn't. And like I said, if it was some kind of subscription that I have to be a part of, so that I could pay a monthly fee and then have unlimited access to it and stream as much as I wanted to, then it would probably be fair enough. But when I have to sort of pay per minute or per hour, however you want to sort of say it, then no. No. Then I'll just happily stream to Twitch and upload the VODs to YouTube. I mean, for me, it's a perfectly fine solution. It's just nice to be able to stream to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, but it also has some problems. And one of the problems that I noticed is that updating the game via Restream to both Twitch and YouTube is very, very, very difficult. So I actually need to go into both YouTube and to Twitch, their separate pages, and update it. I tried the updater via Restream.io, but it seems that they only have sort of a select few games, popular games that you can select, whereas on the Twitch page, you can basically select any game that you want. I haven't, I mean, crossed the game yet that I couldn't put into the to the Twitch channel. And YouTube, it's the same thing, but YouTube has a very different way of managing your streams that I honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me. Oh yeah, one cool thing that they have, that they have done here in both Lorwell and
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
and well, where is it? Where is my landing zone? I can't see any marker. Yeah. Oh, there. I mean, where am I supposed to land at? Yes, one cool thing that CIG has done that, I mean, it didn't really annoy me much, but it was a little bit annoying. I mean, I can understand why some people found it very annoying, or to some extent a bit annoying, is the corridor. I mean, when exiting with a caterpillar or my Constellation Andromeda, I mean, it usually went pretty solid, pretty okay. But I did notice that when you had to exit with something like a Carrack, you got 2 corridors, and I mean, which one was you supposed to select? I can understand if people found that to be pretty impossible to figure out what you should do. Let me see if I can land this thing in just somewhat of an orderly fashion without crashing into anything. There we go. Let me see if I can bring it down without crashing into anything. What I need from CIG in this context here is, dear CIG, please give me a just remotely functional space brake. Turn off the engines and with that I mean, give me a space brake that can actually make my ship stop. I mean, it can only remotely make it stop right now, and I mean, I can't use that for anything. Imagine having a car where your space brake, I mean, your brake could only make your car remotely stop. So when you had this sort of down to a couple of miles per hour, something like that, you'd have to sort of put it in reverse or anything like that. Alright, retract, please. Yes. And it's this way here, yes. So if I had to sort of land the right way, I would actually have to circle around and then land with the snout, the front this way, but I don't care. Alright, I'm safely at Lowell. So, let's see how much we can sell and how much I can get for all of my hard work. And it seemed to me that the bug where you could have... So one of the bugs that was with mining, and particularly a huge bug when you put the stuff into a caterpillar, which has a lot of capacity, was that certain commodities would... they would increase in size whenever, I mean, it seemed that whenever something updated the cargo hold, I mean, it could be that you put something in, it could be when you sold something, it could be any kind of option. So it gave some, I mean, it is in its essence, it's a nice bug because it means that you can simply just go right ahead and sell for several millions, because every time you sold something, it would very, very quickly increase in size again. So you'd have a really lot of stuff. Open, please. May I enter? Thank you. I'm going the right way. Yeah, so why didn't I like that bug? Well, the reason why I didn't like it is because I have sort of an idea that maybe the developers and the developers and the testers and all that at CIG, they go over the data, and I have a strong feeling that they can sort of, maybe they will just wipe everything, I don't know, but I do have some kind of idea that they can sort of distinguish between people that tested out a certain bug, reported it, and then tried their best to avoid it. And then people that just, I mean, committedly exploited the bug and just pulled out, I mean, any kind of money that they could. Went from Microtech to Area 18 to Lawville and sold all of it and went back, did it the same thing again, and just made millions upon millions and upon millions in that way. I would hope, and again, I know that some of the developers at CIG is following and watching one of my close allies, and I would also like to consider him my friend, Cobra, from Cobra TV. If you haven't checked him out yet, you definitely should. And if some of the developers at CIG sort of stumble upon my stream, then I hope that they will consider at least that I know at some point that we have to get a persistence wipe, because in the very end, when the game goes live, or at least when it goes to beta, you need to sort of have everybody starting at a fresh, so you'll need to redo all of it. You want to reset the persistence state. I get that. Perhaps you will even do that when we get iCache, because you don't want to transfer it all over and sorry, I ran the wrong way. You don't want to risk data corruption or anything like that, going from legacy system to the new iCache system. I get that. But in general, sort of a general thing, I hope that you will consider at least not to wipe people where you can see in their data packages that they have found a bug and that they have tested it and made some money on it, but they stopped exploiting it the best way that they could. The way I did it, and I got that bug, and I earned enough money by testing it out to buying a Carrack. And I mean, in order to show that I didn't want all of these money lying around that I got from a bug, I could give it to someone, but it will just follow them, right? So instead I bought the Carrack. So if you want to reset anything at my account, then remove the Carrack. That's basically all the bug money that I got that way. But instead, I mean, if you can see that people legitimately have tested a bug and reported it and then tried their best to avoid it, then please don't reset that database there. But the people where you can see that they've just utilized, exploited the bug to get millions and millions, then yeah, you can reset those accounts. One of the ways that I tried my best to avoid, getting struck by that bug, was that I kept a count on what I sold. What? 500, 500,000. Wow. That's good money. And I think that is actually a legit number, that one. It seems like it. We're going to check if any of these numbers changes when I sell something. They shouldn't. One other thing is that GSCIG, please, please correct this bug, that if you are connected to a screen for too long a time, let me see, Grecium, it's still here. Let's see, let's sell this. No, it might have moved away now. But 500,000, that's... Yeah, titanium is bugged still, dang it. So I'm going to sell off titanium right now to sort of not get that bug. Let me see, titanium. Yeah, let me just reset the screen. And I don't do this because I want to sort of increase the numbers. They fortunately didn't go up. So titanium is sold now. I'm not going to see now the number rose again. That bug is still present. Please fix it, CIG, because I don't wanna make money this way. I mean, it's an easy way to make money, right? I could just sell titanium, and especially titanium. You can sell that a lot. But now we know that titanium has been sold. So let's go and sell diamond. And see, I should have sold all my titanium, but I still have titanium in my hold. I also have some agresium. So that means that is bugged as well. And one of the reasons that I don't like this bug is that it means that I have to sort of get rid of my ship in some way in order to get rid of these things. You can see it rises once again. We're going to take notice that this was tungsten that I sold now. I'm not going to sell any more titanium, and I'm not going to sell any more agresium. So I know that I sold agresium. Let's see, tungsten should go away. Gold. Let's sell that. Yeah, tungsten went away there. I mean, you could make a lot of money this way by just letting the numbers increase and increase and increase. But I mean...
We're sorry. You've exceeded the
Yeah,
allotted
that's
time
okay.
for the park. We will have to return your ship to storage. Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area.
We went to gold, agresium to Boris. Borasa.
Initiating ship
And
storage
the problem with
procedure.
it is that I also have to destroy my ship in some way in order to get rid of this bug, because I can't sell this material off. It will be in my ship, I mean, forever. I mean, until the ship is destroyed in some way. And that annoys me. I mean, it's an annoying bug. Now, in this case here, it might not be a huge problem. Look at this. Now the value is all the way up to... Why the heck does it time out? Alright. So what was it? It was Barasa? Boris? Try it again. Yeah, and let me show you the bug. See, now we don't... I mean... Right? So let's go to another terminal. Maybe they don't have room for any more Barasa. Let's see if that is bug as well. It was 222 something. If it's higher than that, then it's bugged. Titanium. Oh, it's sold, so that's why. Hephaestionite. Why can't I sell the quantanium? The Bexalite probably is also bugged. Let's see. So it was Hephaestionite that we sold now. Let's see if that disappears. Let's take corundum instead. And that's an annoying bug, that if you spend too much time on the screen, it will dog you out in a strange way. Like that. And then you can't get back into it. So you're quickly going through all the screens in this way. So that's why I log in and I log out of the screen every time I sell something. Let's see, Terranite, let's sell that. And as you can see, the value is very, very quickly increasing. So Bixelite, I'm pretty sure that is something that will give me, that is bugged as well. So let's get rid of that. No, 34,000. Then what is it that gives me? Is it titanium? No, it can't be titanium. It's not laranite. So there might be something else that I can't see on the screen right now that... Come on. Is it titanium that really gives me that much for 112? Let's take a look. Titanium for 97,000. No, it can't be that. And beryl? It gives me 95,000. Yeah, Bexalite is bugged as well. Let me see. Sell that. Or maybe it will be removed when I sell off this stuff here. It is a bit of a guessing game what is bugged and what is not. But as you can see right now, my inventory is increasing. So, I mean, it doesn't even make sense, right? I have more stuff in my inventory that... okay. Okay. So both failed and not failed. Alright, so let's see. That was beryl. And I can't sell quantanium. Why the heck don't they want to buy quantanium? Alright, so let's see. Now I got a lot of, I mean, strange things. I have 2 times. Now it's doubled. What the heck is going on? See, let's sell the laranite. So I can't sell all of it. What the heck is going on with that screen? So we have been at titanium. You can see it's all the way up to 200 something silly thousand. Let's see if I can sell the laranite this time. Don't know why they don't buy quantanium here. I don't have much, but I do have some and I would like to sell it. So now we should be rid of... They don't buy any more Bexalite, and beryl should be removed. Now we have all the box stuff left. But why can't I sell quantanium? Should be able to sell quantanium here. Because it gives really good money. So now I only have the box stuff left and we can sell the Bexalite. I mean, look at that. It's up to 31,532 and now they don't buy Bexalite here anymore. Alright, let's try to go to ArcCorp instead and see if we can sell it there. I'm only going to sell the quantanium. That's all. You know what? I think I'm going to do this off cam. I might have a little bit of time to do it tomorrow, so I'll do it there. Instead, we will exit the game and go into the PTU and continue our test. And just for the final little bit of time. We already got a new patch. Let's just take a look at what they did. So maybe it was a good idea that we waited. So let's go in and see. Let me see. Patch notes for the new. No database reset. Alright, so let me just show you. Not to take that much time. Testing focus, general gameplay. PvP and PvE bounty hunt missions will now fail for the hunter if they are killed by the bounty. What? No. I don't know what that means. Some or all of the player items that should be kept after a character database reset are lost. Player unable to access mobile class after changing armor. Being arrested while wearing leg armor causes the player to respawn in prison with a broken blah blah blah. It's the same stuff, so it seems that they just have removed perhaps the yeah, it might seem that they have taken out the oh, what's it called? Let's update it and get inside. Seen the threat missions, they might have been pulled out and testing and something like that. I don't know. But let's update it and get into the PTU, and let's just test out these things that we had. So first of all, we're going to take out the Constellation Andromeda for one mission and see whether the Rhino seems very overpowered on that. Because I had, if you didn't watch the stream yesterday, I had 3 size 4 repeaters, that is the rhinos on the 600i. I have 4 rhino repeaters on the Constellation Andromeda. So I'm very curious to see how that is going to influence. If they are overpowered in this patch here and it hasn't been fixed, then I should be able to kill the bounties even faster. And if you didn't watch my last stream, please go and do it. You can see it in both on Twitch, and I've also put it out on YouTube, because then you'll see, just go over all the part where there's no sound. But you will definitely see that, in my opinion, when you shoot, I mean, I know that it was relatively weak opponents, but still, some of them were sabers. And I could take them out with the repeaters in a couple of seconds. And I know that size 4 repeaters, they are supposed to be pretty beefy, but I mean, not that beefy compared to what they do in 3.12.0, the patch that we have in live currently. So, I mean, yeah. Alright, so let's... oh my! Oh, cool. I actually started here. Alright, where the heck am I? Let me see. Well, I'm in my... I know that, but... Start it up.
Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy
Thank you.
System check.
Let's put it around here. Oh, 7. Oh, let's take a look at what missions we have here. So there's definitely tracker license certification. Yeah, made development skills, bounty hunter guild, blah 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 blah. Alright, yeah, let's do it. Let's take it and see where the heck we are. Are we in the... And that is... of course that's around. Ah! We have another guy spawning right here. Hello, friend. How are you doing? Let me just move a little bit away from you. Do we have more? No, we don't. But... What? I don't want to fly to Stanton. Let me just see if I did put it in the right way. Oh wait, did I take the, let me see. No, it is tracker. Alright, let's, why can't I do that now? Can I go to Crusader? No. Why can't I go to Crusader? Can I go to, let me see. Hearthstone level 5. Yeah. I can't. Let's take a little jump to Hearthstone level 5 and let's go to Crusader from there and let's see how powerful these Rhino repeaters are on this patch here. And then later we'll compare it with the, go to Hearthstone and compare it with the 600i once again. If we don't find that they are very overpowered here, because it might also be the combination between the 600i and the Rhino repeaters. How it should be that I can't really see, but that doesn't mean that it can't be the case. So, and this is going to be the last part of this stream here, and I will say goodbye and take my leave and all that. And I will see you in the next stream when I can't say anything about when that is going to be, because I'll also like to make some videos for my YouTube channel. I can make one recommendation though. If you are an upcoming streamer or YouTuber like me, I consider myself upcoming, but it might be just my pretentious nature at play. But if you're considering getting a new microphone or anything like that, and you're sort of speculating what you should get, and you don't want it to be too expensive, because I can get that, I will say the combination of the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, it's not cheap, but it's definitely not expensive, and this microphone here, the Audio Technica AT2020. I mean, for me, it's a solid hit, and now I've completely forgot to go to Crusader. Oh my. Yeah, now I can do it. So let's see. Let's see what we can find out. Also, I'm trying to, I mean, honestly, convince my wife that I should be allowed to spend money on a new webcam. I mean, the webcam that I have right here it's okay. It's not good. It's not bad. It's okay. But honestly, I would like something a little bit better. And while we are in Quantum, let me see if I can get that. Well, now I just have an empty, frame around me, but it looks a little bit better. So, I mean, when it's not daytime, it is actually a fair combination. I'm happy that I can make it work on my. I mean, what I have behind me, honestly, is just a normal sheet from a bed that I borrowed from my mother, because I got from my mother. Because I knew that she had green ones and we didn't. Also, we have stretch sheets, but this is a normal sheet. So yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed what you can get, what you can achieve by just, I mean, doing it yourself. Do it yourself. This is a completely DIY green screen that you have behind me. Definitely. And just by tweaking a little bit of fiddling a little bit with things, I have a very good green screen behind me. At least it seems to me from what I can see on my own screen. Let's jump out of space around here. Alright, let's just update, because it doesn't do that on itself. Let's go to selling. Alright, so I'm not going to sort of take time officially by having a clock in my hand or anything like that, but let's what shall we say, a couple of seconds at most for me to kill him when he's within range. That should be it, because that's what we had with the that's what we had with the 600i yesterday. So yeah. And you know what? While we're here and I have changed this around, let me just move myself down into the corner so that my frame is just somewhere around there, perhaps? Yeah. I think that seems to be okay. Alright. But of course this only works when I have my green screen functional behind me. Of course. Yeah, let's see what happens. See what happens. Yeah, I can, but I don't want to do that. So now I should be able to pick him up. No, that's right. Yeah, we are in the PTU, so he should be able to. He should spawn pretty quickly when I get close enough. It's not that often that I get one at the security station Korea. Let me see what we get. I don't like all the turrets. There he is. Alright. Alright, so let's see what happens. Going to go in slow. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's see what happens. So when will it turn green and let me shoot him and let's... Oh, come on. Stop shooting my target. There we go. Let's see.
Enemy down. Shields damaged.
I'm not sure whether it was that much faster. It will require a little bit more testing. Blah blah blah. Let me see. We will head for Hurston, because we can get a lot of more targets at Hurston, and we're going to go to Everest Harbor. Now I should at least be able to get some targets that are a little bit more tough than usual. Let's do a couple of missions and see what happens. It might have been that they have fixed it, I don't know. Because, I mean, it's not an error, it's not a bug that you sort of easily can get by. I am of the impression that the rhinos, they are pretty popular because they can shoot fast and they have pretty long range. Let's just make sure that I am right at what I'm stating. So let's see. Let's open up this. So it should show me my my Connie. Yeah, there it is. So we have CF4447 Rhino repeaters on Constellation Andromeda. Let's take the 600i. And we have gimbals, the same guns. Alright. So we are going to take one more mission, I think. Something like that. Maybe two. With the Andromeda. To make a fair test. With the same kind of enemy. So we're going to take the highest risk threat that we can get. Am I flying straight into the sun or where? What the heck is going on here? Let me see. I want target status here. I want comms over here. I'm looking very much forward to the time when we get the ability to save these settings here, because it's actually pretty annoying that you have to sort of reset your MFDs all the time when you get into the ship anew. And I am of the impression that when we get the MFD UI update, when they update that to what do you call it, building blocks as well, we should get the ability to save our settings, presets, maybe even presets that we can choose from. Alright, so I'm not going to land at Everest Harbor. I'm just going to call the ATC and then move on again, because then if we should be so unfortunate to get destroyed, we will respawn right back there. Right, so let's see if we can pick up some nice missions. Let's see, bounty hunters should probably repopulate in a little while, so let's go and talk with the station meanwhile. Now, initially they didn't seem very overpowered to me, so we need to confirm it by testing it up against the 600i. Who knows? It might even be that one of the developers at CIG saw my stream yesterday and survived all my quiet talk. And then figured out a way to found out about the bug and then corrected it. That may also be the case. I don't know. Alright, yeah, let's just, let me see if I, oh no, that's on the, yeah, that's the PU. I have, Rattlers as well. Let's just increase the velocity a little bit. Let's see what we can get. It seems definite to me that they have removed the yeah. We'll have to see, but I'm pretty sure that they have removed the Xeno threat missions. Too bad, because I really liked the Javelin. It's such a cool ship, man. Alright, let's see. There we are. Everest Harbor. So let me see if I can press the correct button without looking down. Hello, Everest.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
You know what? No. Let's see. Bounty hunters. Oh yes. So we are going to go for 2 medium risk. What? We can actually get the pro temp? Nah, never mind. So we're going to go for 2 medium risk. Yes. They should populate so we get some more medium risks. And I will also, just to earn the money, right, get the call to arms. Yes. So we are going to go for this Sebastian guy here, and I love this. I mean, look at this. We can now see the names. That's good. All right. Testing time. And I really love the nimbleness and maneuverability we got of the Connie. I don't want to contact the ATC because I just left. Alright, let's see what we can do, what we can get against a medium risk ship. And we're going to get a lot of more targets to practice on, hopefully. Because it's my impression that whenever some bad guy bounty spawns, after a meanwhile, his buddies will come and try to help him. I love the music, and I mean, one of the things that really sold me off first time I played Star Citizen, that is a little more than a year ago. It was the music. I mean, it is so immersive. Really sort of I don't know what to call it. It gives you that feeling that you are actually in space. Now, what I would like, and again, if one of the developers from CIG should happen to watch this stream, please try to correct what the heck is going on here, because sometimes I fly into stuff I just can't see. So we gotta cut us black. That's a pretty tough bird. Let's see how much time we need to take him out. So I'm gonna give him all the time it needs. Let's take a look. See now. No, I'm pretty sure that still is something. They usually don't go down this fast. Let me see if we get some more targets to practice on while I select the next. Our next guy. Our next victim. Now, contrary to what I heard about the let's just get there. Contrary to what I my radars stop functioning. There we go. New victims, new targets. Let me see. There he is. Let's see, what is that? Gladius. Gladius. I mean, look at that. He's just gone. That is what I was talking about. Now, there. What the heck did I hit? I clearly hit something, but what was it? I mean, look at this. It's going this way, right? Let's just. What did I hit? What is here? Right? I mean, CIG, if you're watching this, if one of the developers is watching this, please do all of us bounty hunters a favor and move the bounties out of these asteroid fields. For one, it seems that there is so much server desync or whatever the heck is going on that we can hit stuff that we can't see. Second of all, in my last stream, if you go watch that, you can see that I lost not 2 but 3 bounties because the fools couldn't steer clear of asteroids. Now, I mean, it's easy picking, right? Take a bounty and then he just destroys himself into an asteroid, but I mean, where's the fun in that? Now, what I do know about this problem here, definitely, is that it's not like the bug that is in 3.12.0, allegedly, because I haven't really found out how much it is, where the Hurston distortion repeaters can circumvent shields, so you can destroy ships pretty quickly. It is not this case here, because you can see when you look at the target window, you can actually see that the shield, I mean, that the lasers are eating away on the shields. Like, what do we have here? Another cutty. Alright, so let's increase the velocity a little bit to get closer to him. Let's see. I mean, he manages to get a couple of shots away, but other than that, I mean, that isn't that. One of the things that I'm a little concerned about. One of the things that troubles me a little bit. Let me just show you. Did we get some more targets? More target practice? No, not yet. Then they haven't spawned yet. Let me see. Let me get Hercule.games. And yeah, it keeps telling me that, but I really don't know. Let me see. Trolley 5. So, there they were. No? Apparently not. Let me see, select ship or vehicle. Let's just go for the... Oh. Now you decide to show up. See, I already peeled off his shields. What do you have here? An eclipse. Let's see. Another eclipse. Look at that. I mean, he's just boom away. Now, it might be the case that every time I meet one of these guys that they have, I mean, graced several asteroids or anything like that, meaning that they are just, I mean, they have just softened up their ship so much that I just need to blow at it and then they'll, I mean, just be destroyed. Let me see if I can... So it's the 69739. Let me... Oh, not that. No, that's not the new one. So there is something with the PTU here. But according to Hercule.games, I mean, this is just the recent patch, right? Let's just go in and take an RSI, Andromeda. And let's take a look at the repeater. So the attrition force are supposed to give a DPS at 300 degrees of 749 and an alpha at 300 degrees of 166. The rhinos are supposed to give an DPS of 660. So that means that the attritions are supposed to be even better at 300 degrees than the rhinos. But I will argue, definitely. Let me see what's the range, different in range. It's roughly the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same actually. Both 4,020 meters. Speed, the same. And overpowered, if you overpower it, overclock, it gives a multiplier. It's roughly the same, it's the same. So the attritions is supposed to give more damage, especially when they're around 700 degrees. I can show you. Just show you. Alright, so here you go. Here you can see this is the let's take the attrition force. So you can see there's size 4 at 700 at 300 degrees. That's roughly where you start firing them, a little bit after you begin to fire them. They should give 749 DPS, damage per second, and an alpha of 166. When you increase that to 700 degrees, roughly a little bit before they begin to sort of malfunction or go out, they overheat, they should give 925 of sorry, damage per second, and an alpha damage of 206 damage at 700 degrees. Let's go into the rhinos instead. So the rhinos, they don't have any temperature buffs, so they are basically just going to give us a DPS of 660. That is less than the 300 degrees from the attritions, and an alpha damage of 159. Now, I will argue very, very, very much that even in 3.12.0, I can't destroy bounties this fast with the attritions on, and I have the attritions on my Connie Andromeda. Let's just, for good measure 6, pull out the 600i. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Let me go back to the game screen. Alright, so let's see. There we are, Everest Harbor. Go to that. Maybe we can get that radar fixed as well. Going to go to OM1. And then I definitely need to cut this stream off. I have also been streaming for 2.5 hours, almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. My. So let's see, there, Everest Harbor. I mean, I don't know. I can go and compare it tomorrow, in the middle of the day, to see what the difference is when I when I shoot with the attritions that should be more powerful in the PU, if we don't get a live implementation in the meanwhile. Alright, so let's see. So now it's in the shadows. Let's just take it up all the way. Let's go up to this here instead. Let's turn on the headlights, because we can. Let me see if I got any more new medium risk targets. Let's see. Yeah, I got some. Perfect. There's one thing I don't really understand, and it only happens in the Andromeda. Let me just show you. If I go into the Moby class, it's so bright. And when you go out, I'm completely blinded. I can't see where I fly. And it's, like I said, it only happens in the, as far as I have experienced, it only happens in the, not the Andromeda, the Constellation classes. So, alright, let's see, when are we close enough? There we are. Let's see where we can land. Land? Please give me a place to land. Thank you. And this would be around the time where I crash into something. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I would almost call it typical. I fly so beautiful, all this stream around, and then I just crash into something. being that I have, I mean, streamed so late, this also means that I won't release, I won't get time to release my VOD for YouTube until sometime tomorrow. So if you're expecting to get that video today, I'm sorry about that. You can watch it here on Twitch, of course. So that is always an option for you. Yep, wrong way. Turn off the headlights.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Let's pull out the 600i and see what we can do with that. And call it a day. I think we have been pretty productive today. So, yeah. One of the reasons that I mainly use my Constellation Andromeda for trading instead of using the Caterpillar, even though it's a much better ship for that, is precisely because of these bugs that is still in the PU with mining. I haven't tested whether they are a thing in this patch here, but yeah, it's annoying. I mean, it really is annoying. Because now I have to go self-destruct my Caterpillar, or, well, in that case it's the Andromeda. It doesn't make any difference. Still, I mean, come on. Elevator. Thank you. Go to the lobby. And pull out a 600i. Oh yes. See anything? No. Nothing new on my screen over here. So I have my game screen is right in front of me, and I have a screen over, let me see if I can point over here, where I have my OBS with chat and all that. So if I look sometimes over there, it's to see if anyone has written in the chat or anything like that. Again, I would like to suggest that you join me in my Discord channel. You can find the link down below, so that we can chat together and get to know each other. And if you are into Star Citizen just as much as I am, well, we can also have a little bit chat about that. So let's see, store and retrieve. Thank you. Oh, that's a new one. You have left the channel Alpha Vehicle, name RSI Constellation Andromeda. So, a new exciting bug. Fantastic. You never stop giving, do you, CIG? No, I have to be nice because I know why these bugs appear. I mean, I don't know I don't know programming wise why they appear, but I know that the reason why they appear is, which many people somehow tend to completely always forget, this is a alpha. It's actually, I have heard some of the developers call it a pre-alpha. I mean, does that mean that we are not even in the alpha phase yet? We are before alpha? When do we go to alpha? When the heck do we go to beta then? Well, I mean, that's something that CIG has to tumble around with. I'm not going to get into that. Let me see. Come on, little elevator. Jump. And go to top deck. Yeah, I wanna really suggest that you go to my PTU and sorry. Yeah, it's getting late here. It's a couple of minutes over 1, so it's about my bedtime. That's the way it is. I will really suggest that you join my Discord. You can hang out there and ask me questions about, well, I mean, anything you can really think of, but please keep it, what the heck? Please try to keep it as much as you can topic-wise. so that you don't just begin to babble around about, I don't know, something completely irrelevant in the Star Citizen chat or something like that. I mean, I really don't mind, but I would like to keep things in themes, so that when you want to talk with me about Star Citizen, you're going to Star Citizen. If you want to talk with me about ATS, you're going to ATS. If you want to talk with me about ETS2, you're going to ETS2. If you want to talk with me about Ark Survival, you're going to Ark Survival, and so on and so forth, for Phasmophobia and so on. I would like to ask you, and please put it in the comments down below on YouTube, and please put it in the comments here on Twitch if you are watching this live right now. Would you like for me to do some solo gaming of Phasmophobia? Because I have Phasmophobia. And I sometimes play it with my son. We make videos about it in Danish, but if you'd like for me to do some more with it,
Thank you.
I would.
Please visit again.
Well, I would consider it, at least. That much I can say. Alright, so we have 2 medium risks. Let's go say hi and see how fast we can kill one with the So which one is it? Didn't I mark one of them? Yeah, let's try to untrack. Track. Oh, there he is. Alright, so this is the one. Neutralize coffee van. Let me see, where is he? He's around Ida. Alright, fair enough. Let's see. He's there. Let's see, as you can see, this has 3 gimbal size force, so let's see how fast we can do it with this one. I mean, if this is the thought that CIG should have, that the size 4 Rhino repeaters should have some more oomph in them, then I'm all in, because I really like the Rhino repeaters. It honestly just seemed a heck of a lot of overpowered in my taste, but I mean, I don't mind. It's okay. It means that I can make a lot of money pretty fast. Where is he? He can see me, but I can't see him. That's annoying. And where the heck is... I mean, I heard him come here, but can't see him. I can't see where the marker is. Oh. Now I see you. Let's see. Oh man, I mean, this is so hard to evaluate. It definitely took a little bit more time, but I don't know. I mean, in this case, they seem to be completely fine. It took the time that I expected it to take. Perhaps, I mean, sometimes, I don't know. I have to compare it with the former patch in order to really make any kind of judgment on this case. Let's see. Let's see. Here we have Lawrence Badgley. Hello, Lawrence. And he flew. No, he didn't fly into anything. Let's give me this missile. Okay, I mean, alright. I mean, an Aurora Element, that's also against an 600i. That's a pretty unfair bet, right? Let's see, what do we have here? We have an Origin M50 Interceptor. I mean, what the heck? I barely scratched him. No, not contracts. No, because I did. Did I plot it in? Yeah, I did. Alright, let's Alright, let's see. Final test. And please, I would like to hear your verdict in the comments down below on YouTube, because I'm not sure you can comment here on Twitch when the stream is offline. But tell me what you think about this. Do you think that these weapons seems overpowered? Did they buff it? And doesn't that buff sort of isn't that buff, if it is a buff, present in the data files? Because, well, as you could see, Urkel.games, definitely the DPS calculator, definitely does not agree with my assessment. What's that? Buccaneer? Come on. Here's a missile, Mr. Buccaneer. If it hits you. It didn't, but here's some... Look at that! The shields just went poof away. Now, I do realize, I mean, in order to really test this, we need to go up against some of the bigger targets, the Hammerhead or something like that, to see how much we can peel off of those shields. But, I mean, in my opinion, it definitely seems like these have been buffed in some way. I don't mind it. I mean, I find it to be pretty cool, but still, it doesn't seem to be fair, does it? I mean, yeah. Alright, let's see if we can, I'll just set the route for Everest Harbor, and then we'll get some more bad guys spawning in meanwhile, I suppose, and make a little bit of money on that as well. For some reason, they always seem to register when I spool up the drive and try to escape. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Going once, going twice, going third. Hahaha. I knew it. They just can't help themselves, can they? Let's see how quickly I can peel off the shields of a Mustang Delta. Small shields, but still, let's test it out and see what happens. Let's see. And here we have the interceptor once again. Let me see if I can... Oh, they seem to go through the shields. I'm honestly, I'm not sure about this. Please help me. What do you think? Because I am really puzzled about this. Sometimes it seems that these repeaters here, they behave completely normal, and sometimes it just seems like they are, I mean, killing machines. But they are, but you know what I mean. Alright.
Quantum drive deactivated.
Now I need to search for it. There it is.
Quantum drive activated. Quantum drive deactivated.
Alright, full speed ahead. Well, not exactly, but within the limits that I've set. Alright, like I said, please put down in the comments below what you think about all of this. Do you think it's a bug? Do you think it's just CIG who wanted to make these repeaters, the rhinos, pretty buff? Maybe they have buffed all the size 4 to sort of represent that they are actually sitting on, I mean, pretty big ships. They're pretty big guns, right? There we have another friend. Hello. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Honestly. Let me see if I can find him. No.
Contact.
There he is. Jammer 550. Hello, friend. A Talon. Cool. Cool ship. But, oh my god. It's just all the...
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
There? Alright. Yeah, I would definitely like to have your help. If you can test this out for me, if you can help me test it out, if you can, I mean, perform roughly the same test that I did right here, perhaps even with some of the higher risk targets to see, compare the attrition repeaters with the Rhino repeaters and see if the attritions are even more overpowered, because if they are, and I'll also conduct my own testing off cam, because if they are, I mean, if the attritions are even more overpowered than the Rhinos, it simply just suggests that CIG have chosen to buff these guns here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting late here. Time for me to go to bed. I hope that you have enjoyed this stream. I definitely enjoyed making it. I hope that you are satisfied with hopefully having audio throughout the entire stream and not just a part of it. And I hope that I will see you in the next one.
Collision near. Warning, collision port. Warning, collision 4.
Stop.
Landing complete.
Yes. I hope that I will see you in the next one. If you're on YouTube, then remember, likes and subscribes, they really help my channel. If you're watching on Twitch, then please follow me if you want to see more of all of these crazy stuff that I do here in Star Citizen. You can also go into my YouTube channel and you can also go into my Discord. Yes, go into my Discord and write some stuff there. Tell me, ask me questions, whatever you want to do. Also tell me if you think it's a good idea. I've sort of puzzled how I should to do these streams where I go through the roadmap and all that. Do you think I should sort of take an I don't know, a salty mic approach and make all of this about, I mean, the roadmap and all that, and make it a video and talk about it there? Or should I, is it a good idea that I have sort of the first half hour, 45 minutes, talking about the roadmap updates and patch updates and all that, and then go into the game? Or should I separate it so I have one stream with roadmaps and one stream with gameplay? Tell me on my Discord, tell me in the comments down below in YouTube, wherever you want to do it, just let me know. I want to interact with you guys. I want to know what you think. And then I can take it into consideration. Yes, and I hope that you have enjoyed this. I definitely enjoyed making this stream. I will admit that I'm probably not the biggest streamer. I mean, not following wise, obviously, but also I'm not I'm not the kind of guy that really wants to stream all the time. I think streaming is good in certain circumstances, and I can get why streaming is cool. That's also why I do it. But I must admit, I do prefer to make videos because there I have control on when and where. I mean, I don't have to commit to a specific time schedule. I can make a video, I mean, you do sort of, but I can make a video when I want to and I can edit it when I have time. So, yeah, but I'll try to stream more if you would like me to do so. Please tell me what you think, and please join my Discord, because that's why I have it. The link is in the description on my Twitch channel down below. I'll try to put it in the description here and subsequent descriptions on my YouTube channel. I hope that you are all safe out there, safe with all this corona shit and all that, and I hopefully will see you in my next stream or my next video. Bye bye, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.